Welcome to Crash Book, your book in a capsule. The place where we present books in short and simple knowledge capsules, so you can benefit from them anytime, anywhere. Whether you're on public transport or during waiting times, here you can listen to summaries of the most important books and feed your mind with new ideas that help you develop your life. So, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive all new content and enjoy every moment of this knowledge journey with us. In the introduction of the 5-second rule, Mel Robbins explains that many people struggle with procrastination, fear, and hesitation, which prevent them from taking action and making life changes. She reveals the core concept of the book, the 5-second rule, a method that helps you take immediate action to overcome those mental barriers. The book emphasizes that the key to success is acting on your impulses and instincts within 5 seconds. By doing so, you can bypass the brain's resistance and act before fear or hesitation sets in. Robbins encourages readers to trust their instincts and stop waiting for motivation to strike because the act of taking action itself generates momentum. Key points: procrastination, fear, and hesitation prevent people from making changes in their lives. The 5-second rule helps you take immediate action before doubt and hesitation set in. The method involves counting down from 5 to 1 to override your brain's resistance and take action. Motivation often comes after taking action, not before. The 5-second rule is a tool anyone can use to improve their lives. Chapter 1: 5 Seconds to Change Your Life. This chapter introduces the foundation of the 5-second rule. Robbins explains that when you feel an impulse to take action, whether it's speaking up in a meeting, going for a run, or starting a new project, you have just 5 seconds to act before your mind tries to stop you. This 5-second window is crucial. If you don't act, your brain will generate excuses and reasons to avoid taking action. Robbins emphasizes that waiting for motivation or feeling ready is not necessary. The 5 seconds are enough to interrupt the cycle of doubt and self-sabotage, and once you act, the rest follows more easily. Key points: when you feel an impulse to act, you have 5 seconds to follow through before your brain discourages you. The 5-second rule helps you act quickly and decisively, preventing overthinking and fear. You don't need motivation to act. Action creates momentum and motivation. By counting down from 5, you interrupt your brain's negative patterns and take control of your decisions. The rule helps you break out of the cycle of hesitation, procrastination, and self-doubt. Chapter 2: How I Discovered the 5-second Rule. In this chapter, Robbins shares her personal story of how she discovered the 5-second rule. At the time, she was in a deep emotional and mental struggle. She was overwhelmed by anxiety, depression, and self-doubt, and found it difficult to take any steps forward. One night, she saw a commercial for a rocket launch, and the countdown inspired her. She realized that if a countdown could launch a rocket, it could also launch her into action. The idea of using a countdown to break through mental resistance was born. By counting down from 5, Robbins was able to interrupt her negative thoughts and force herself to take action, no matter how uncomfortable. She started using the rule in small, everyday situations, and over time, it became a habit that changed her life. Key points: Robbins discovered the 5-second rule during a time of personal crisis when she was struggling with anxiety and depression. The idea came to her while watching a rocket launch, where she saw the power of a countdown. By counting backward from 5, she interrupted her own resistance and started taking action in her life. The rule was initially used for small tasks, but eventually transformed larger areas of her life. The countdown created a shift in her mindset, allowing her to take control and move past fear. Chapter 3: What You Can Expect When You Use It. In this chapter, Robbins discusses the immediate benefits you can expect when you start using the 5-second rule. She emphasizes that the rule is not just about taking action. It's about creating a new way of thinking. Once you begin counting backward from 5, your brain will begin to rewire itself, making it easier for you to act without hesitation. Robbins highlights that the first few times you use the rule might feel uncomfortable because you're breaking old habits, but the more you use it, the more natural it becomes. The key to using the 5-second rule effectively is to be consistent. Robbins explains that when you consistently use the rule, you build a new habit of acting quickly, which leads to greater productivity, confidence, and success. She compares this process to training a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. This chapter serves as a reminder that the more you apply the rule, the more it will become second nature, and the results will follow. Key points. The 5-second rule rewires your brain to act quickly and decisively. At first, using the rule may feel uncomfortable, but consistency helps you build new habits. The more you use the rule, the more natural it becomes, leading to greater success and productivity. Like training a muscle, the more you apply the rule, the stronger and more effective it becomes. Consistent use of the rule builds confidence and helps you make faster, more confident decisions. Chapter 4. Why the Rule Works. This chapter explains why the 5-second rule works so effectively. Robbins draws on neuroscience to explain how the brain works and why people often hesitate or procrastinate. She discusses the fight or flight response, explaining that when faced with any challenge, our brain perceives it as a threat and triggers a defense mechanism. This causes us to hesitate and avoid discomfort. The 5-second rule works because it interrupts the brain's natural resistance to change. Robbins explains that the countdown distracts the brain's primitive fight or flight response, allowing you to take action despite any discomfort. By counting backward, you create a new habit of quickly overcoming fear and hesitation. The rule forces the brain to focus on the present moment, preventing you from dwelling on past failures or future fears. The chapter also explains that the 5-second rule helps you break free from the cycle of overthinking and second-guessing, leading to faster decision-making and more confident actions. Key points. The 5-second rule works because it interrupts the brain's natural fight or flight response. Our brains perceive challenges as threats, causing us to hesitate or procrastinate. By counting backward, you disrupt this resistance, allowing you to take action without hesitation. The rule forces you to focus on the present moment and helps break the cycle of overthinking and doubt. The 5-second rule leads to faster decision-making, more confidence, and reduced fear of failure. Chapter 5. The Power of Courage. In this chapter, Robbins explores how courage plays a significant role in overcoming hesitation and fear. She explains that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. The 5-second rule helps you cultivate this kind of courage by forcing you to take action quickly, even when you feel scared. Robbins shares that courage is something that grows with use. It's like a muscle that gets stronger the more you practice it. She explains that every time you use the 5-second rule, you build your courage and confidence. When you act despite fear, your brain learns that nothing terrible happens when you push past your comfort zone. The more you push yourself to act, the more confident you become in your ability to face challenges. Robbins emphasizes that courage is essential for success, and the 5-second rule is a tool that helps you develop it in a practical way. Key points. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite fear. The 5-second rule helps you build courage by forcing you to act quickly, even when you feel scared. Courage grows stronger with practice, just like a muscle. Every time you use the rule, you build more confidence and resilience. The 5-second rule helps you face challenges and step outside your comfort zone, increasing your courage over time. Chapter 6. Everyday Courage. In this chapter, Robbins explains that courage is not something reserved for extreme moments of crisis or fear. Instead, courage is something that is needed every day, in everyday situations. She emphasizes that small acts of courage, when repeated consistently, can change the course of your life. These small moments, like speaking up in a meeting, starting a new project, or facing an uncomfortable conversation, are opportunities for you to use the 5-second rule to push through fear and hesitation. Robbins describes how most people tend to wait for the perfect moment or the right feelings to take action. However, the 5-second rule encourages you to act regardless of how you feel. When you take small actions consistently, you build up a reserve of courage, and soon enough, you will find yourself acting with confidence, even in the most challenging situations. Everyday courage is about taking those small, intentional steps every day to become the person you've always wanted to be. Key points. Courage is needed every day, not just in extreme moments. Small acts of courage, repeated consistently, can lead to significant life changes. Waiting for the perfect moment or the right feeling often leads to inaction. By using the 5-second rule consistently, you build everyday courage that helps you take on bigger challenges. Everyday courage helps you become the person you want to be by taking small, courageous actions every day. Chapter 7. What are you waiting for? In this chapter, Robbins asks a simple but powerful question. What are you waiting for? She explains that most people wait for the right time, the perfect feeling, or external validation before taking action. But in reality, there is no perfect moment to act. The perfect moment is now, and the 5-second rule helps you stop procrastinating and take control of your life in the present moment. Robbins discusses how waiting for the right time only holds you back from reaching your potential. She argues that you will never feel completely ready, and that's okay. It's not about feeling ready, it's about doing it anyway. The 5-second rule forces you to make a decision and act before your brain talks you out of it. By using this rule, you stop waiting for conditions to be perfect and start creating the life you want now. Key points. People often wait for the perfect moment or the right feeling before acting. The 5-second rule teaches you to stop waiting and start acting now, regardless of how you feel. There is no perfect time to make a change, so the best time to act is always the present moment. By using the rule, you take control of your life and stop procrastinating. Waiting for the right time only holds you back from your true potential. Chapter 8. You'll never feel like it. Robbins dives deeper into the idea that you'll never feel ready to take action. This chapter reinforces the idea that motivation often comes after taking action, not before. She explains that people often believe they need to feel inspired or motivated to do something, but the truth is that motivation is elusive and fleeting. The 5-second rule helps you take action regardless of how you feel in the moment. Robbins shares a powerful message. You won't feel like doing it, but doing it will make you feel like doing it. This simple concept is at the heart of the rule. When you take action, you generate momentum, which then leads to motivation. Over time, using the rule trains your brain to expect action and not wait for motivation. This chapter encourages readers to stop waiting for the right moment and to start taking action even when they don't feel like it. Key points. You'll never feel ready or motivated to take action. Motivation comes after you act. The 5-second rule helps you act despite how you feel in the moment. By taking action, you create momentum, which generates motivation. Waiting for the right feelings or inspiration only leads to more hesitation. The more you act, the easier it becomes to take action in the future. Chapter 9. How to start using the rule. In this chapter, Robbins walks readers through practical steps on how to start using the 5-second rule in their lives. She explains that it's important to commit to using the rule consistently, starting with small actions. Whether it's getting out of bed in the morning, making a difficult phone call, or trying something new, the key is to use the countdown to take immediate action. Robbins also emphasizes that it's essential to use the rule even when you don't feel like it. The more you use it, the more it will become a habit, and soon enough, you'll start to see positive changes in your life. She encourages readers to not overthink the process and to trust that the rule works, even when it feels uncomfortable at first. The goal is to make taking action a regular part of your life, and through consistent practice, you will begin to see results. Key points. Start by using the 5-second rule for small, everyday actions. The more you use the rule, the more it becomes a habit. Don't overthink it, just act immediately when you feel an impulse. The rule works even when it feels uncomfortable at first. Consistent use of the rule leads to positive changes and new habits. Conclusion. Courage changes everything. In the conclusion, Robbins ties everything together by emphasizing that courage is the key to making lasting changes in your life. The 5-second rule is a tool that helps you build and strengthen your courage by forcing you to take action, even when you're scared or unsure. Robbins stresses that the real power comes from taking action, and the more you use the rule, the more you'll begin to change your life. She reminds readers that success and happiness are not reserved for the lucky or the perfectly prepared. Instead, they are available to anyone willing to take action, even when they feel afraid. By using the 5-second rule, you take control of your destiny, and you have the power to create the life you want. Robbins leaves readers with the empowering message that courage is the foundation of all change. Key points. Courage is the foundation of all change and success. The 5-second rule helps you build and strengthen your courage over time. Success is available to anyone willing to take action, even in the face of fear. By using the 5-second rule consistently, you take control of your life and create the future you want. The power to change your life is within you, and it starts with taking action. Thank you for reading. If you found this summary helpful and want to learn more about how the 5-second rule can transform your life, make sure to pick up the full book by Mel Robbins. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful summaries and motivational content. Your journey to success starts with one decision. Take action now. Hit the subscribe button to stay updated on new videos and content that will help you make real change in your life.